Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Here I have today in my shop 1998 Toyota Tacoma. It's a four-wheel drive vehicle. She has approximately 206, I believe, thousand miles. 5EZFE V6 engine. Did I say she's manual transmission? I perform for the owner. Clutch fluid flush, because it was absolutely black. His brake fluid flush is nice and recent, but the clutch fluid was absolutely black. It's done, but there is some problem on this vehicle which we need to address, and it's regarding the front wheel tires are showing uneven wear. So if we look on the rear, this is how it should be, right? If he wants to rotate them, this is how it should like. But both front, especially driver, are in very bad condition. Let me show you this one. So you probably already see that wear. Is it better this way? Maybe. Do you see the wear on inner part? It's not even, right? The outside thread still there, but look at the inner. It's barely visible. Well, this one is way worse. What is better? Is it better not to use the light or help it with the light? What do you say? So do you see the difference? Absolutely worn, actually. If we turn it, look at that. We have sticking, scumming actually the material which is inside. So this is becoming dangerous situation. You don't see it really much because you are kind of looking from here, right? So you don't see that inner part. It's really bad. So let's go together, see what is causing on this vehicle this uneven wear. So since I have it in this level, let's start talking what it could cause. So we have, this is the upper control arm. Is it better this way? So there are bushings. If these bushings were worn on both sides, do you see it also there? So these, if they are worn, there will be alignment, will be off. It will be moving, and one of the sides of the tire will be worn uneven. Here you can see upper ball joint, upper control arm ball joint. So that also, if that was worn, if that was bad, there will be definitely uneven wear on this tire. Let's lift her up a little bit and continue underneath. And I have removed that wheel so we can have a better look at the whole situation. So we said again, upper control arm bushings, they are right there. And here is the upper control arm ball joint, which is connected to this knuckle. Now, these are famous. If they fail, they cause a huge destruction. And you might think, oh, look at all this grease. The dust boot failed and it has to be replaced. Well, I already checked, there's zero play on it. Dust boot is not ripped, it only looks like it. And all that grease is because it has a grease point and somebody was correctly squeezing the grease in. So it's perfectly lubricated. The dust, dirt, sand, which is on it, doesn't matter, and there's absolutely zero play. So this one is good. But we will continue. So if you look on the strut, this is aftermarket strut. You recognize it here with the gray plastic. And that cannot affect the alignment of this vehicle. These bushings in this lower part are not the best, but there's no any squealing or making noise from it. The top mount is also good, and it cannot, I repeat once again for UK, can't do any damage to the tire and change the alignment. Here you can see sway bar and sway bar end links. Also, these are not part of alignment. What is part of alignment will be power steering rack and pinion. The power steering rack, if you had a play in inner tie rod end, there is a tie rod end, outer, and there is an inner underneath that boot. So if they were worn and there was a play, it could damage the surface of the tire, which you see here, but it's not it in our case. There might be a rip in the boot, but again, if you grab them, I basically with bare hand, you try to wiggle it, I can't even move it. So there is absolutely zero play in that on both sides. They are very recent and they are not bad. That's a CV axle. We said it's a 4-wheel drive vehicle. He's also good with his brake pads. The pads seems to be absolutely like new. What could negatively, really badly affect alignment is a lower ball joint, which you see here. Again, there's absolutely zero play, and that is not causing that tire wear which you see there. I can show you actually that ball joint. This is absolutely identical design. I did last week, I believe. I just kept it here as a sample. So once again, you see it here, right? That's the part. Here it goes towards to the steering. See this part? That's this right here. And this one was absolutely terribly bad. And that could also cause that catastrophic failure where all of it will rip off. You will destroy the CV axles, everything, rip the top. Most likely the wheel will end up somewhere in the ditch. This one, if I pull, if it will be holding steady, I actually can move this part up and down, up and down, up and down. The ball which is inside is completely bad, worn, and it had to be replaced. Well, this is a lower control arm. I'm trying to switch between the using light and not. And that lower control arm actually has, right here, eccentric bolts and adjustments for changing alignment. I think I need the light. So, using the light, you see that eccentric adjusting bolt. It's just wrapped in the oil again. It's a 5EZFE, older. They leak. We know that. Some of them leak quite a lot. So you can see all that oil. So look at these. You see, it's another cam which can be adjusted. Hopefully you even see these little notches which help us to work on it. This one again, it's so dirty, but that's an adjustment for the alignment. Now I would like to show you that we reached the area which is destroyed. And we found the reason why the tire, especially on this side, is so bad. And it's a rubber bushing inside, right here, the front. If I will use the pry bar on this, there will be huge play in this front, in the part of this lower control arm. I don't see it so much on that bushing, which is right there. But this one is completely cracked. And using this large pry bar, I will try to show you where the damage is. Because it's right there. I have a light set up. And hopefully we can move it so you can see it. Do you see that crack? There's a huge movement. I'm not really, right? When you do these tests, you don't pull or push on that pry bar like a maniac. You do it gently because this is a big one. But applying absolutely minimal tension to the lower control arm, I'm basically pushing it slightly forward. This front is completely in the wrong place. There should be more space there. A little bit less, and you see hopefully inside that huge crack in it. It's absolutely separated. The rubber is separated inside. This is the reason why that tire, it's in such a horrible shape. You can see that material coming out of the rubber. This is done, should be replaced, but of course it needs to be first fixed, because you will destroy the same way pretty immediately. You will destroy the new tire. So that is unfortunate for the owner. Here you can see detail of the lower ball joint. I already carefully pried on it. There is zero play up and down. That ball is perfect tight. Here, despite the fact we have that little crack, unfortunately, that outer tie rod, and it's perfect. There's zero play. Like this one, zero play. The rack actually seems to be recent, so that was all replaced in the past. So I hope you find this video helpful. Now you know where to look on 98 Taco when you have uneven wear on the front tires. And if you like the video, please give it a thumb up. It's always helpful. And be tuned, be subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.